Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another weather update. We have been actually tracking the storms in the region of Oklahoma and Kansas today, and we're seeing some really heavy, significant supercells that are actually forming in the region of Kansas and Oklahoma. And we thought it would be important to bring it to you with the latest information, especially in line with our previous update when we anticipated a lot of storm activity in the region of Kansas. But if you actually take a closer look at some of the factors that we take a look at, which is the CAPE, conductive available potential energy, as well as the bulk shear, as well as liquid condensation level, LCL, we see some pretty intense values. We're not sure at this time if they're going to be factors that are conducive to any tornadoes touching them, because we are seeing some capping values that are a little bit high in the region. So that's always one of the elements that inhibit the formation of tornadoes. But a lot of times we're not really sure exactly how they're formed, and they can pop up even when we think that there's not enough elements that are aligned in the proper way. But if we take a closer look, we see that the CAPE values are well above 2,000. And also, if we take a closer look at the bulk shear, we see that at 0 to 500 millibars, which is about 18,000 feet up, we see the bulk shearing is at about 41, in excess of 40 knots. And then when it comes to the liquid, the LCL, we also see that it's relatively low at about 750 meters, which is only about 2,500 feet. So there are different elements showing. Of course, we do have an active low pressure system that's actually making its way across, and we do see that distinct line between the temperature anomalies between the southeast, which is southwest, which is relatively warmer compared to the southeast, where the temperature anomalies, which we mentioned earlier in one of our updates, well below normal. So in some cities, here we have in Arkansas, temperatures are below 12 degrees below normal. But if we actually take a closer look also with our GOES Sector 2 infrared satellite imagery, we see some really dense and very compact thunderstorm cells that have formed with this system. Even on the radar, we can see some really intense activity in the region of Ness City, as well as in the regions of central Arkansas. It's pretty much very heavy. Based on the radar, we saw that in some local spotter reports, there was hail to the tune of 1 inch to 1.5 inches in diameter. So definitely the residents of Kansas, even in northern Oklahoma, are bearing the brunt of some very severe thunderstorm activity right now. We anticipate that going into the night, even into Saturday afternoon, it is going to intensify, especially as this low pressure system migrates east. It will actually venture a little bit north, and it will start venturing east further into the southern plain states. And with that, and of course we mentioned the warm advection from the Gulf of Mexico. Temperatures here are just really warm for the Gulf of Mexico. We're talking about 78, 79 degrees Fahrenheit surface water temperature, which is just an influx of warm advection wind into this area, which is going to be helping to intensify these thunderstorms in the region. But we're going to continue to monitor because there's a lot of different elements that are aligning to create very significant weather in this region. And we're also monitoring the shift of this low temperature anomalies as basically the core will warm up, and this zone of cooler air or relatively cooler air compared to what it should be at this time of year will actually start shifting a little bit to the east, and you'll see those systems actually colliding and showing up a little bit more in the region of Arkansas, also in Tennessee and northern Mississippi. So we're going to continue to take a closer look at these systems as we go into Saturday and Sunday, and we will of course bring the latest information to you as we get it. But based on all the different factors, we can actually see very active from the infrared satellite imagery, and also the CAPE as well as the bulk sharing and the LCL. These are all factors that are indicative of very heavy thunderstorm activity with significant rain. We see in some regions, as far as total rainfall over the lapse of 1 to 2 hours, in the range of 2.5 to 3 inches in some regions with this system. So there's definitely a lot of rain coming down in the area of central Kansas, also northern Oklahoma, and our hope is that there won't be any tornadoes touching down, but we wanted to make sure that we provided this update in the event that if there are residents in this area who could benefit from this information, they'll be able to take the necessary steps to protect their life and property. So as always, we want to thank you for watching Brown News Network. Always remember to bow to the weather, and thank you and have a great night.